So today I just wanted to take a quick look at the film short We Always Find Ourselves by the Sea. This is a 2017 film and running time is roughly 21.5 minutes. To my knowledge, this is exclusively available on Shudder. I have not found it available anywhere else. So to those of you who do not have access to this, I apologize, but I still definitely found it a very worthwhile film to discuss. So this basically follows in the tradition of the Christmas or the holiday ghost theme. So you have an older gentleman who is living out by the sea, and he is one day welcomed by an empty Christmas box on his porch. Obviously, there's nothing in it. Later that evening, his estranged daughter arrives and they have, I believe it's Christmas Eve, dinner together. And he seems, I guess you could say, surprised at the fact that she was able to find him. He makes the comment that even out here she was able to find him. And she responds to the degree that, well, would you not like me to visit you? And he says no, that he does appreciate her company. But as the film progresses, it kind of made me wonder that he was purposely trying to avoid her, that to some degree he was hoping she would not find him. And later that evening, after they have their meal, they are walking about, and she shares a story with him that as a child, how he had one day humiliated her in front of a crowd because he was in line for a beer. She went off to ride a ride really quick, but she was spanked in front of a crowd of people. The manner in which it happened, I guess you could say, yes, would make something very humiliating. In this day and age, it would be considered inappropriate or incorrect, but obviously the fact that they are adults and she is speaking of her childhood obviously tells you that it was a different time and obviously a behavior which may have been considered more acceptable. Nonetheless, she found this humiliating. He turns to respond and she has vanished. So it's fairly obvious that his daughter is no longer with him. She came out to spend holiday with him, and I guess to some degree she's expressing that she still resents him for the way she was treated when she was still alive. This sequence is actually followed by a very artistic and symbolic sequence. I'm assuming these are his dreams or nightmares that evening, but the following morning when he is visited, we discover that this man has met a untimely end. So you definitely, for the most part, especially at the beginning of the film, do not have much dialogue. It's just all movement, body language. We're just observing. And it's actually not until the 7-minute mark when the daughter or his guest arrives that we actually do get our first real dialogue. But, you know, you have some really good acting in this. They obviously deliver their lines very believably, and you can tell it's not forced acting. So these are experienced actors. You do have good lighting, but it's a very enjoyable film to watch, especially, I guess you could say, the symbology of it that happens later on definitely does hold one's interest, and it is very open-ended to where you can draw your own conclusions and, you know, to yourself say what this may or may not symbolize. But I thought it was a very good short film, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on that with you guys. But that is all I have, and I will talk to you later.